What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're doing the second episode of Race Card, the podcast. And today I'm with my friend Sammy.
Hi.
And we're gonna talk today about arranged marriages.
Right, yep.
Can you tell us a little bit about your ethnicity and some of the traditions in your culture?
Okay, sure. I am originally, my ethnicity is Bangladeshi. So both my parents came from Bangladesh. It would have been in the 60s that they came here.
Do you have, do you have roles, gender roles that are like the norm?
Yeah, I mean, I guess most traditional South Asian cultures it is sort of like in the kitchen type thing.
Oh yeah. My culture too.
Yeah. So, but funnily enough, there's an irony to that because originally all the Indian restaurants in the UK were actually run by Bangladeshis. So there's actually Bangladeshi cuisine that was being served as opposed to Indian cuisine. So
I didn't know that.
The majority of those chefs were all men. It wasn't women. So men definitely know how to cook. I find that my dad's an amazing cook.
Wow.
I dare say it better than my mum, probably. But he did have years of experience in a restaurant. So.
Wow, interesting. So we are talking about the topic of arranged marriages.
Yeah.
And so would you say arranged marriages are more of a cultural thing or a religious thing? What are some of the stereotypes you've heard, you know?
Something that's actually there's two levels of questions. So in terms of whether it's cultural or religious, I would say it's both. So I'm Muslim by religion, in terms of religion, and it's not unlawful to not have an arranged marriage. So that should be quite clear. Islamically, you can marry someone that you are in love with, and it hasn't been necessarily arranged by your parents. But it's just it happens a lot that it is arranged by your parents. And with the same with culture. And I think it's it's less common now to have an arranged marriage because of cultural pressures, I think. Than it used to be. So I would say it's a bit of both. And in terms of things that are stereotypical, something that's quite specific to the Bangladeshi culture is that we have things that we call biodata. Which I think happens in quite a few South Asian communities. I feel like it's quite rampant within the Bangladeshi community.
I see.
When I speak to my other South Asian friends and they sort of laugh at me when they're like, what the hell is a CV? So biodata is basically a marriage CV.
Wow.
But what Bangladeshis put on it usually is sort of details that aren't really important in my opinion. So it's sort of what their grandparents did when they were working, and what their parents did or currently do, what all their sisters and brothers do for jobs, and who they're married to, how many kids they have.
Wow.
And things about their family history, and obviously their own sort of job role.
Interesting.
And I think previously a lot of the time as well they didn't put any other personal details that you would actually care about if you wanted to marry them. But now I feel like more and more people include maybe a slight paragraph about what they're like as a person.
Because I thought it was just going to be something are you good at cooking or clean, something really stupid like cooking or cleaning, or what kind of, I don't know, if you want to be a stay-at-home mother or something like that. But it's a lot more than that. It's your family history.
It's family history.
People want to know your family history. They go to that extent. I never knew something. I never knew.
They do add other details that they're looking for someone that's above 5 foot.
Oh wow, very specific.
So for example, if they're quite tall, so
I think I need to create one of them biodata.
And these are culturally bandied around.
Okay, cool. So how do you, I was gonna ask how you go about meeting the person that you're gonna get engaged to, how does one, but it's the biodata thing, right? But where does that go? So is there websites? Do you take it to the person's parents, or?
It's usually the person's parents, their extended family, relatives, aunties, whoever they know that is also similar age and looking to get married, they'll pass it on to their family. So it's never directly to the person who is looking to get married. It's always
it's always to the older
or the elder person, or an older relative. And
is that because they're the ones in charge normally of handling their sons or daughters.
Yeah, because I guess with an arranged marriage, it's not just involving your preferences. You're also involving your parents' preferences about what this person can be like. So it's a whole family affair of how things work out. So it's important that they also look at like, okay, who's interested.
Like personally, are you always constantly thinking about like, I might not want to be with that person because although I like them, they're not going to fit with my parents, or?
I think I do think about how they'll fit in with my family.
Yeah.
But I wonder whether that's less of a cultural thing and people feel like
just
that in general.
Fair enough.
So but you do think about how they'll come across to your parents, and
I think to an extent everybody kind of does, really, isn't it?
Like how
it just depends on how much you like that person, because there are times where like people may like that person, but they know they won't necessarily fit in with the family, but it's up to them whether they like go with them or just be on the safer side and choose someone, not something that everybody would like. So do you think like this is a good part of your culture, and like are there any positives to having an arranged marriage, or do you think that Westerners are too fixated on finding love in the traditional way, which is where you meet someone and you fall in love?
Yeah, I do kind of feel like, do you know there's like that song, What's Love Got to Do with It?
Okay.
And I do, that resonates because of the fact that, love obviously is a huge component, but so many other things are important, and love isn't like the only aspect you should be considering.
Okay.
So I don't.
That's a very interesting way of thinking, because, well, maybe it's because I'm Westerner, right? Being the Westerner. So I'm thinking to myself like, a person who I'd want to spend the rest of my life with is somebody that I want to be in love with. So at the very beginning. So that's why obviously I understand, I respect your viewpoints, but like for me it's always like, I feel like I have to be with someone, like who I love before I marry them. So
and I don't necessarily think like that would also be great. I just think that it's an alternative, because marriage is not just like being in love with someone, it's
there's so much
having
more
a lifelong partnership with someone.
Okay.
And I think there's different levels of love, like there's romantic love, and then there's when you're married to someone for an extent, like a really long time, you're not going to get butterflies every time you see them. I know people say that they do.
Oh no, that's true. Oh come on. Alright, come on. Down the line, you're just going to hate them, innit?
Well, hopefully not.
Don't hate them.
You'll be as enamored by them as you
yeah, of course.
So
alright, so you think there's positives and negatives?
I think there's definitely positives, because I think like, how this, I know I keep dishing out sayings, but
no,
the whole saying love is blind. I definitely think that, because when I have had feelings for people in the past, I found that, I just think they're amazing, there's nothing wrong with them, but then I'd introduce them to someone whose opinion I respect. And they would point out things like, oh, actually this isn't suitable, and
well, that's wrong. No, you didn't pull out your chair. He's not the one.
It's not that they say it in a forced way, but it's like they parts of me that I don't necessarily always recognize.
And sometimes we do that thing where when we like someone, all the bad traits, we just skip over them, we glaze over them, we act like they're not there, but they're there. And then your friend will be like, that's not cool, that's wrong. So like, So like, what advice would you give to people who are leading up to arranged marriages? So like, the parents are put forward there by a tailor, probably against their will.
Against their will.
Yeah. So what advice would you, or? Well,
I have been in that position before, and my parents and my sisters have been very on my case about, you need to get married, you're getting older, and you need to start looking for a partner seriously, as opposed to being like, oh, it'll happen when it will happen. Which I'm still like that. It will happen when it will happen. I kind of think that it's okay for them to give around CVs, because I used to get really irritated by it in the beginning, but then I just thought, well, it's still at the end of the day my decision whether I say yes to this person.
Okay.
And also,
so you've got a family that's more lenient, where they give you options.
Yeah, they give me options.
And then you can be like, no, I don't like this person.
Exactly.
No, I don't like this person. And they're cool with that, right?
Yeah, they're cool with that.
Oh, that's cool.
They wouldn't.
That's not all bad. No.
No. And
like how other people think it would be.
Exactly.
It's not.
And I think a lot nowadays it's just parents helping their kids out and just sort of saying, here's this person that I heard about that could kind of suit you. And I think, you know, whoever's apprehensive about actually going ahead with meeting people that their parents have found, I think just give it a go. It's just like normal dating, isn't it? It is just, it is exactly like normal dating, in the sense that you're meeting someone you don't really
except that you're not doing all the work to find the person.
Exactly.
Someone else has found the person for you. So it's not as, so it's because I think a lot of the times when we think about and hear about arranged marriages outside of like people who understand it to be the cultural norm, we always feel like it's just like, no, I would never want it, I don't want this or I don't want that, because I wouldn't want somebody to choose my partner or whatever. But actually it's a lot more, it can be a lot more lenient than we think, you know, like they can give options, and then you can say no.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's not necessary. I wouldn't say that's obviously the truth for every family, but
no, absolutely not.
Yeah. But I mean, there are families who do it in your way, like the way your family does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's amazing. Like I didn't know that.
It can either go well or it can go badly. Just like, you know, the stereotypical way of meeting people. It can go great or it can go horribly wrong.
It's true.
So,
and oftentimes when I've tried to find somebody for myself, it hasn't gone very well. Sit down. So maybe I should give this a go. And so like in the future, how would you, let's say you're married, you have kids. Yeah. How would you want your kids to find love?
However they want to.
Yeah.
If they were to say to me, oh mum, I really want your help, I'll be like, okay, sure, I'll put feelers out.
Yeah.
But if they're like, I really just want to find someone on my own with no input, then I'll also be okay with that.
That's okay. So I also wanted to ask a question. I'm taking a few steps backwards, but like, what age do people start thinking about marriage in your culture? Like what? Because I know it's one of the, I know because I have a lot of Bengali friends and a lot of South Asian friends in general, that marriage is normally like young, or they start thinking about it at least. It's kind of like drilled into the culture. Yeah, to think about it at least. Yeah, especially when you're a woman for some reason.
I feel like when I was at uni, that's when I started seriously thinking about it, because I kept on thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna have my degree soon and enter the working world. Yeah, I need to have this sorted as well. Yeah. So I think that for a lot of people, it's then.
So like ages like 18?
Yeah.
And a bit up?
18 and onwards.
Okay, yeah. A lot of that as well happens in the Turkish community as well, because I live in North London and loads of Turkish people that I know grew up with, and a lot of the times they get married very young, so like 18 like to 21, those kinds of like early 20s, or like just when you hit 18, that's when like a lot of people are like drawn into like marriage and stuff like that. So I find it like very interesting, because like yeah, because it's outside of my culture, so I try to think of these things as like, let me not have the stereotypical version of what I've heard in my head. I would rather somebody explain it to me, which is why I do this podcast called Race Club, because I really do want to hear other people's cultures and voices being heard from their perspective as well. So yeah, so can I ask, like, what is the reality of your own situation at the moment, like regarding this?
Okay,
if you're cool to talk about it,
that's fine. I'm trying to think, what is my situation? Well, I am looking to get married. Okay. I am.
As am I.
Yeah.
For all you people. Okay, never mind.
I don't know, I still am looking to get married, but like, I don't know if that's completely concrete. It's like, it's not like high on my list of things to do.
So it's not a priority. It's like a more like a want, but not right. I'm cool right now. Like
I'm 26.
Yes.
And traditionally for a South Asian family, especially, that's like you're past your sell-by date. I don't like to think of myself like that.
Oh my gosh,
child. You know, they actually have a saying in China where women who aren't married over 25 are called Christmas cake. As in, they've gone bad after the 25th.
I just turned 25, like that's so bad.
So,
oh my life.
But anyway.
I'm not Christmas cake. Okay, go on.
Yeah. I thought it's quite a cute name for something are quite neat.
Right?
So
maybe I have a Christmas cake.
I'm meeting up with people that I've actually found through sort of Muslim dating website.
Oh.
But it's not really dating, because if you meet up, it's on the basis that we're gonna get married if we like each other.
Okay, so it's more like, it's like skipping all the funny stuff and being like, I'm serious, you're serious. Instead of being like, you know, getting to know a person and then wondering if they're serious. Now it's like you know from the beginning, like, if we're good, we are going to get married.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
But it's still like, you know, casual in the beginning. But you just still know that
this person is serious.
Yeah.
So can I also ask the intruding question of, like, are you looking to date someone of your own background, or is it anybody in the Islam community?
The latter, yeah. It's I just want it to be Muslim.
No, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, for me, because I always think about kids, and I just think I'd want to raise my kids as Muslims.
Yeah.
So even if I love them as the person, as who they are, and I don't necessarily have an issue with their beliefs, I will just be like, no, but I want our kids to be like Muslim. So
interesting.
That's what I would think about, because in the long run I just kind of think that's going to be
the most important thing.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast, this episode 2. You can check out episode 1. I'll put the link in my description box below. Comment down below if any of the things that Sammy talked about broke your stereotypes about arranged marriages. I know that it broke mine. Some of the images that I had in my head. Yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one, and thank you so much, Sammy, for being here and for doing this with me, because I know that sometimes people are not reluctant to kind of talk about this kind of thing. But yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in a video in the future. All right then.